What's up everybody, this is Reese here from C Manga and welcome to my review of Hajime no Ippo chapter 1079 Line. So I swear this has been like one of the deepest chapters of Ippo we've seen in a while. It just kind of goes to show that a chapter can really keep you wrapped up without even like throwing a single punch or adding in a dirty joke. So yeah, this point right here is basically kind of like Ippo's crossroads, you know. It's like, what will he do next with his life? Continue to box or just completely give up for good? So that has been one of the questions on everyone's mind for such a long time. Obviously, most people are there thinking like it's because of the fact that he's lost twice now, and then you know they all know about the stuff that's going on. Like him and his mum, he wants to take better care of her, you know, give her a bit more of a break, take some of the pressure off of her. But the one person who can literally see the entire picture completely is that one person who's obviously showed him like what it meant to be strong from the very beginning. Takamura. It's like this chapter here, Takamura pretty much just spells everything out for us, you know. He explains exactly why Ippo has kind of like been explained as being weaker now, and like where his career will go, like if he tries to carry on with, like the way he is at the moment. So there's like a lot of real truths that will go on in this chapter. The main one being that Ippo just does not have the ruthlessness to kind of go into the world stage. It's like it always comes down to his whole attitude. It's like he always goes on like, oh yeah, I just want to do my best. He never ever has that whole like, no, I'm gonna win. It's like he even pointed it out to the coach last time. That's the whole reason he wasn't end up getting like ripped into in the last chapter. So yeah, he pretty much like says he just doesn't have the kind of mental stomach for the world stage. But I think Takamura like explained it so much better the way he did. It's like it's not the fact that he just doesn't have a stomach for it. It's just his whole attitude in general. You know, Ippo, he kind of like treats boxing as like it's his hobby instead of as his life. It's like he even said it himself. It's like if you want to try to go into the world stage, you have to become an animal. Can you really become an animal? And Ippo just could not answer that question. So yeah, so when you think about it, it's like Ippo has literally always been a fisherman first. The only reason he got into boxing was to basically become stronger. Which, let's admit it, he really actually did become a hell of a lot stronger. I mean, come on, he was a Japanese champion for how long? And he beat a hell of a lot of people who, let's face it, you know, we never would have thought he'd make it through them fights. For like example, Sawamura, that fight there, he won. How? Sawamura could have killed him for God's sake. Yeah, he doesn't have the necessary ruthlessness. But yeah, the main point was obviously like when Takamura drew that line on the ground, it's like Ippo, he just could not cross it no matter what. It's like you can see that in his body, he so wanted to go across it, but his mind was just like, no, we can't go across that. Everything Takamura is saying is completely right. And, you know, it just kind of goes to show like, whether like Ippo can literally get through this little internal struggle that he's going with. It's like until he can deal with that, there is no way he's going to be stepping into the ring again properly. It's like he needs to decide whether or not he wants to kind of like go into this whole thing like using his whole ass or just nothing whatsoever. There's no more half-assedness going on. And once he does that, I am pretty much 100% sure that his style will change for the better. You know, it's like I know it's going to be hard to see Ippo kind of like going in with some ruthlessness and being like such a different change for him. But let's face it, we actually have seen like little glimpses of it. Like for example, during that whole Kojima match, he literally went in like, not I'm gonna defeat him or do my best. It's like I'm gonna kill him. You know, stuff like that. That's really what we need to see. You know, once he kind of like brings some more attitude like that into these fights, he's gonna pretty much be damn near unstoppable in the future. So yeah, that's basically all my thoughts on this chapter. You know, Ippo, once he gets his ruthlessness, he'll literally be ready to go on. But obviously, until that whole internal thing of what do I want to do with this? You know, do I really want to become? Do I just want to keep becoming stronger, or do I actually want to go into win? It's like, where do I see myself going? Once he answers those questions for himself, literally, that is when you know he'll be able to step into the ring properly, go back to the world stage, take on some people properly, and just in general become such a better boxer than he actually is at the moment. But yeah, obviously those are all my little thoughts on this chapter, you know guys. You know the usual thing to the end of these. Let me know what you thought about this chapter in the comment section below. And as usual, don't forget to check out the other things on the channel. So I will see you next time.